Welcome to all of you in this new video. In this video, I'm going to explain you the procedure how to use the forecast worksheet function in Excel. For that, the basic requirement is that you should have the latest version of the Excel, such as Excel 2016 or Excel 2019 or Office 365 version. In that, the forecast worksheet function is directly or readily available, and we can make the use of that function through the data tab. You can observe here in the data, the forecast sheet function is directly available. And if you are using the lower version of the Excel, then in that case, please refer the one of the video from my channel, that how to install the latest version of the Excel if you are having the login details of your organization. So you can download it directly. So for using the forecast function, the forecast is nothing but predicting something such as so basically, the first of all, we required the basic historical data. By referring that data, the forecast sheet function can predict the upcoming values or future values of the required dates. Such as, suppose initially the two column data we required, that is called as historical data. Here as a reference I have considered uh, month wise the prices of a particular share of a company. Randomly I have selected here for explaining the procedure how to use the forecast worksheet function. So I have collected the data from random data is there, December 2021 to near about May 2023. In that, I know the values of share prices up to the November 22, and the December 2022 to May 2023. These values we have to predict, or by using the forecast worksheet, we have to calculate that values. So for that, the basically the here you can do one thing. You can collect the actual data from the internet by referring the one of the company, the share price of that companies you can collect here. You can manually enter the data here, and you can predict the share price of that particular companies for upcoming months, upcoming years, or upcoming days as per the requirement. So the very first step is prepare the or create the two columns. In that, date and price should be there, and this data is called as historical data. So before selecting or before using that forecast worksheet function, first of all we have to select the both the columns from start date to the last date. Then after selecting the area, we have to select the data option or data tab. In that, the worksheet or forecast sheet function is directly available. Click on that. After clicking on that, you will observe the new window will be appearing on in front of us. The new window is previewing, or it is just showing the uh, graphical representation of the data which is present on the present in the Excel sheet. It is nothing but a graphical representation of that. Suppose if you are not going to select that historical data which is available in the two column, here it will show such type of message. You can observe here, without selecting the data, if I'm going to use the directly the forecast sheet function, it is showing use historical data to create the visual forecast worksheet. Means by default, uh, if you are going to select that function, it is not creating the preview for that forecast values or forecasting of that particular data. So always there is a requirement to select the data from start date to end date, then click on the forecast worksheet. Then it will preview the it will show the preview of that particular data in the graphical form. Here you can observe on the x-axis the dates are available, and on the y-axis the share prices are available. The graphical representation shows the two color combination, that is the blue color line and the orange color line. The blue color line, it is nothing but start date December 2021 to November 2022. It is showing the blue color line, means the historical data which is available with us, that historical data is represented into the blue color line. And the share prices of the particular upcoming years, upcoming months, or upcoming days that we are going to calculate or predict here, it will be get represented in the orange color form. And you are able to observe here the one thicker line at the middle, and two thinner lines at the top and at the bottom of that right side portion. That is nothing but the upper confidence bound and lower confidence bound. Means the share prices are between that range only. That range is nothing but we will see here in the options. So before option, you can observe here the forecast end, means where the forecasting will be get end, that value or that date will be get selected here. It is by default some date will be available, or you can change here from the calendar. So I would like to represent the forecasting up to the May, that is 31st May. Okay, so you will observe here there is a change in the graphical representation. Along with that, different options are also available when you are going to click on the option uh, button. Then here the forecast starting date you can edit. Okay, then the third option is confidence interval, that is the this option is automatically or by default is in get selected, and that value is having 95%, that is a predefined value. Here you can make the changes in the confidence interval. The confidence interval is nothing but the two thinner lines are there, orange color, which is nothing but the range of the share price. If you are going to increase the value, you can observe the gap between the two thinner lines will get increased, or if you are going to reduce the value, you can observe the gap between the two thinner lines is going to reduce. Yes, it is showing that uh, if you are going to increase the confidence interval, it will show the maximum range, or if you are going to reduce it, it is showing the minimum range. So by default, the confidence interval is 95%. We will keep as it is. Then different options are there: seasonality, include forecast statistics, then timeline range. These are the by default values. And when we are going to make the changes in the particular options as per your requirement, then finally we have to click on the create button. Then after clicking on the create, you will observe initially only two columns was available with us. Now that data is going to convert into the 5 column data, but into the new sheet. Okay, the previous sheet is nothing but this one. In that only 2 column data was available. After clicking on the create, you will find out the new sheet is going to generate, and in that the complete data is converted into the final form, that is the graphical representation of the historical data as well as future values, that is forecasting of the share price. And you can observe here the forecast values for the December to May 2023 along with lower confidence bound and upper confidence bound. The lower confidence bound and upper confidence bound means between that range only the share price will be there. It will not goes beyond that lower confidence bound, and it will not increase greater than the uh, greater than the upper confidence bound. It will be between that range only. So, and along with that, the include statistical data was there. After clicking or after selecting that option, this table is also going to insert in that. If you are not selecting that option, this table will not be available in the uh, final forecasting value. Such as, suppose I'm going to once again click on that forecast. If I'm going to use the include forecast statistics option as a deactivated here, and if I'm going to make the changes, if I'm going to create it, you will find out one more sheet is going to create, and in this you can observe that the smaller table is not available. Okay, so this is the procedure to use the forecast worksheet function, which is available in the latest version, and this is nothing but the complete graphical representation of it. The blue color line is the historical data side. These are nothing but the upper confidence bound and lower confidence bound. So in this way we can make the use of the forecast function to predict the price of a share, or cricket match score, or weather forecasting. So it is nothing but a simple way to use the forecasting function in the Excel. Okay, I hope it is useful to all of you.